Hi, good morning. Welcome to hrtech.sg's Demo Hour edition, which aims at showcasing demos of best-in-class HR technology solutions as part of our effort to evangelize the adoption of technology by the HR community. A brief history to our flagship Demo Hour series. We started these sessions in 2019 as a closed-door setup and moved to an online on-demand format in 2021. This is our first first demo in 2022, and the event motto has been no presentations, only high quality demos. And with that, I have the pleasure to host another innovative solution, Timecentral, a workforce management solution covering scheduling, time tracking, leave management, as well as costing. Warm welcome to Ankita, who would be taking us through the Timecentral platform. Welcome, Ankita, and over to you.
Hello, Swechha. Hello, everyone. It's our pleasure to be here and to be the first participant in 2022 series of Demo R in partnership with HR Tech. So it's our privilege. Thank you, Swechha, for the wonderful introduction. What I will do is this will not be a boring presentation series as Swechha has mentioned. I'm just going to give a very brief intro of our company, what we do. We've been around in the market for 15 plus years with HR technology solutions. So I'm going to give a brief about the company, and then I'm going to take you into the demo session of the software itself, where you see how the software, which is Timecentral, is helping a lot of our clients in managing the remote workforce, which has been, of late, it's become more of a hybrid workforce management. So I will just share my screen now. So our company is called Timecentral. Timecentral is also a part of Timecentral because so it's a more of an umbrella term which has HR software and Timecentral. We have been in the market for 15 plus years now, and our parent company is called Advanced and Best Group of Companies. So this is our parent company, which is also involved in construction, engineering, and technology. Timecentral and Timecentral are part of the technology arm. I must also mention here that Timecentral is the rebranded name. We have rebranded ourselves in 2021. So in the market, we are also known as SME Payroll. So for 15 plus years, that has been our name. But now we have rebranded to Timecentral because one must keep innovating, adding new products in our suite. And also we are catering to not only SMEs, but bigger clientele as well. So that is the reason behind the rebranding. A bit of a background and the trajectory of our company. We are headquartered in Singapore. We are growing as we speak. We are increasing our presence in the Southeast Asian region. We now have offices in Malaysia, India, and Philippines as well. Okay, so very basic, just two products that we are going to talk about today. Of course, we are going to focus on Timecentral. Timecentral is our extension of the product, which has HRMS as well. Today, we are going to be talking about workforce management platform. Also, to tell you, to give you this comfort that the solutions that we have are hosted on cloud, which is Microsoft Azure Cloud. And we are extremely careful and take cognizance of security of your data on cloud. So for that, we are ISO certified. So with that, no more boring presentations for you. I am going to take you through to the demo of the software. So this is the URL for the demo. I'm just going to log into this one. Okay, so what happens here when you land in? You see how many employees are active for you, how many new hiring has happened, if there's any employee who has left. We are talking about workforce management after all, so you should be aware of the movement of your employees throughout. And also on the right-hand side, we talk about the events this month. So if there's anybody who is going to be on leave, somebody's birthday is coming up and you would not like to miss that, right? So we have all this information on the right-hand side. Below, there's a calendar view where you can see this information on a calendar format. So there are birthdays that are shown here. If anybody has taken leave, it also shows up on the calendar. And also it shows the holidays that are upcoming. This is as per Singapore holidays. Here you can see we have these toggle or these tabs which talk about document expiry and passport expiry. And this has been extremely useful for our clients who especially manage a lot of workers. You have to keep a tab of their work pass, work permit, passport expiry date, and so on. So for that, the system sends a notification and a reminder to the client saying that that document is nearing expiry date. So you may want to take steps towards renewal. So this is a useful notification here. On top, we have this notification tab. If you want to go into details to see who are on leave, when's the birthday is coming, when the certificates are expiring, you can go and take a detailed look from here. The second notification tab here is for the pending task. So you have pending leaves, you may have pending appraisals, so all these things can be seen from here. You can even go and approve. So for example, if I click here, so it opens a screen where you can see the person who's on leave from when to when, and then you can approve or reject. It also shows there's another wonderful feature here, which shows if anybody else from the same department is also on leave. So the employer or the manager can take a look if someone else from the same department is also on leave and then they want to apply or reject the leave or not. So a detailed view comes up like this. So this is about the leave. Now let me take you back to the dashboard of our software. So when we talk about workforce management, let me tell you what all things are going to be provided and what all things are important. Of course, we are going to talk about employee, leave, and timesheet. This claim and payroll dashboard is part of our larger platform, which is the HRMS platform. So here for the Timecentral and for the workforce management, I'm going to talk about employee, leave, and timesheet. So let me take you into employee. So what this employee dashboard shows is a bit of a detailed demographic breakup of the employee. So what you saw here is the total number of employees. What the employee dashboard shows you is a bit of what is the male to female ratio, what is the local to foreigner ratio, and so on. Yeah. So you can see the demographic breakup here. You have the male to female ratio, and it's all presented in a very simplified manner, very beautiful pictorial manner, where it gives you a breakup very nicely. So you see this here. Now moving forward, we have the leave dashboard. So what the leave dashboard gives you is a breakup of the type of leaves that are taken, and also if there are any pending leaves or rejected leaves. So here you can see the type of leaves. You can also choose the type of leaves you want to see on the dashboard. So this is a bit of customization you can do here. Say, for example, you don't want to see maternity. You can choose to say leave of absence. So it changes like that. And you also have the graphical representation below. Moving on to the timesheet dashboard. Now, timesheet dashboard is an important function of your workforce management, right? Because you would like to see how many people have actually logged in, taken the attendance, and taken as per the shift that has been allotted to them. So what this dashboard shows is out of my total employees, how many people have logged in, first of all. So when you click on it, you can see a list of employees who have taken their attendance. Secondly, you can also see if somebody is on leave and they have not taken attendance. So there's a breakup of that here. Also, you can see if the person has come on time, or they have logged in late, or they have logged in before time even. So you see this breakup quite detailed here. You have a distribution chart of attendance right here. Now going below, this is something unique. This is for the temperature. I will tell you, Swechha, why we have this here is a lot of our clients, especially during COVID, they started integrating the temperature taking devices to the software. So for that reason, we also started measuring the temperature and showing a temperature distribution chart. So even now, our employees, our clients and staff continue to use that biometric devices for the temperature taking and attendance login. So if that is the case, we can also integrate that information here on the dashboard and we can show the details accordingly here.
Very helpful, very helpful.
Okay, so this is about the timesheet dashboard. This takes care of our dashboards. Now, what I will take you through in detail is also the modules that come with the timesheet or the Timecentral management. You see these tabs here. These are the information storing tab, or this is the tabs that you get with the software. So for example, for your employees, if you have say 100 employees or 100 plus workers that you would like to keep the details of, you would like to store the details here. So you can just go in and see the details, what all details you can store here. Let me take you inside the module. So you can store all the details here along with your pictures as well. So you have all the information in one place. Now, if you just want to add an employee, it's fairly simple. You click on add a new employee. Some basic information needs to be filled in at this point of time, which is their name, their NRIC, what pass type they have, and we can save changes. So once this happened, a new employee code gets created, a new license gets created, and the employee database can be start filling in. You can start filling in. Now here on the left-hand side are all the other details that you can fill in. So I will show you a completed profile. So you can see what all things can be stored in one place. So for example, let's look at Angelia. So you have all these details here. You have the name, you have the gender, nationality, and such. There's also the login right, which is basically the viewing right. So what I'm showing you right now is, of course, the super admin right, or the right that is given to the HR or the supervisor. For the employee, you may want to restrict the viewing rights. So this is how we can assign the viewing rights and restrict what they can see. There's also different leave groups. So what happens in some organizations, different leave groups or different employee groups are entitled to different kind of leaves. So here you can assign what kind of leave entitlement you want to assign to this employee. So you can choose that. And you have CPF and other details here. Contact information is for their local address, foreign address, and also emergency contact. Job information would be when did they join you, how long have they been with you. If in case there's been any termination, you can write the termination and the license becomes inactive to be used by another employee. You can map the supervisor here. You can have the project-wise costing and project-wise mapping as well. Now for the foreign worker, we have these details where they can put in the work permit, issue date, date of arrival. So all these things become important. If it's a construction or engineering company, they like to keep a record of all these things. This is an open text. You can write anything like here. Then we have the leave information, the leave that is mapped to the employee. It's shown here. Certificate information is where we put in the pass details or the work permit or the passport details with the expiry date, so that the system comes to know when the notification has to be sent. Then all the safety information is in case they have taken any safety certification and they would like to add this here, it gets added. Then there are other details like training information. So in case the employee has taken a training and you would like to record that. So it's here we can make a note of that. Items issued is basically the assets that are given to the employee in terms of a laptop or maybe a mobile phone or anything, and you would like to keep a record of that. So that is where you can put that in. We have kept this as an option where anything can be uploaded. It could be their resume, it could be their vocational certificate, it could be their awards, or even nowadays people are even uploading their COVID certification, vaccination certification, and all of that. So this is an open text for you. So this is to do with the employee or the in the Timecentral or the workforce management, the details of the workers and the details of the employees. We have kept this detailed so that it becomes like a repository of your employees. You don't have to go anywhere else. You can store everything in one place. So this is what our employee module helps you do. There's another thing which is called a visitor detail. So in some companies, there are many visitors that come routinely, and they would like to keep details of them as well. So this becomes like a visitor management system as well, where you can add those details and store their information. So this is for that. Moving forward, I would also like to show you the leave. So it's a simple enough request status approval kind of setup. So you can request leave from here, you can see the status, and you can approve from the system. The same thing can be done via the mobile app as well. So let me show you a bit of how our mobile app looks. What is the look and feel of the mobile app and the features that our mobile app has. So this is the mobile app of the Timecentral application. You can see here there's leave, there's directory. So directory basically shows you the details of your colleagues, their phone and email details. There's attendance and scheduler. There's calendar, which is basically like this. You can see if anybody else is also on leave or birthdays. The same thing that you see on the software, you can see here as well. There's announcements. So if the company has made any announcement, it shows on the mobile phone of the employees for them to take cognizance of what the company has asked them to do. And there's company policies here as well. You can see if you want to add employee handbook here, KET, NTA, all those details. There's one interesting feature here that is report incident, which is very unique and interesting, and a lot of our clients like it. This is because in case you would want to report any incident happening, or you would want to, so for example, if there's been any accident or if there's been any non-compliance and you would like to raise it to the HR's knowledge immediately. So you can just take a picture, attach the image, describe about the incident, and submit. As soon as you do that, as the employee does that, a notification goes to the supervisor and the HR to take cognizance of what has happened. So this is an interesting feature here. Now I'll take you into leave. So this is where and how the leave module looks. Fairly simple. You see my leave entitlement. You see how I can apply for leaves. So this is where I can apply. And from here, I can, if somebody else has, so if I'm a supervisor, then for approval, the leaves can come to me over here. For example, Angelia has applied, and I can then click on it for approving or reject. Okay, so this is a bit about the mobile app. Now coming to important and interesting feature of the timesheet management, which is the attendance and shift management. So how it works is, okay, before that, let me just take you back into the software and tell you a little bit about this. So now coming back to the timesheet management. So basically what the software also helps you do is to assign shifts, because there are people who work in multiple shifts and you would like to see how do I assign shifts to my employees if there are multiple shifts, and how will the employee come to know that this is the shift that has been assigned to them. And once the shift has been assigned, how do I know whether they are taking or logging in at the correct time or not? So for this software is a solution for all of that. We have something called as a shift setup. So when I go here, we can create as many shifts as the client needs. So here you can assign the shifts, and we can also assign the OT hours. So what is going to be the normal hours and what is going to be the overtime hours. So for example, these are all the shifts that have been made already. So let me take you into one of these. So all these things are here. You have the shift code, you have the time in, time out, you have the shift, whether you want it to be normal or off day or a rest day. Then we also assign the hours here, whether it's normal hours, and if the person is working on a public holiday, then are you going to give it an OT or not? So we have all the setup or the setting of the shift here. And if it's an overtime, we can make the setting of an overtime here as well. From what hour to what hour, what kind of overtime you would like to give them. For lateness, if there's any lateness deduction that the company does, we can have the setup of all of that here. And then, of course, with the shift comes allowances as well. So we can add multiple allowances here. So this is just one of the examples of many, many shifts that can be made. So we have these shifts and we can have more as per the company's requirements. Once the shifts are made, then what happens here is we can go to the scheduler and we can assign the shift. So we call it giving roster or rostering system for the employees. Okay. So what happens here is after the shift has been made, I have all my shift here. So it becomes a shift list, a master shift list. I can assign the shift by location. So sometimes people are working in a project. So probably there are people working in Bishan, there are people working in Tuas, and I want to assign shift to those projects. I can assign to an individual employee as well. So we can go down to that level, or I can assign as a pattern. If I know that, so for example, for a tuition class or for a school, I know that this is the pattern my employees are going to be working for this month. So I can assign it as per the pattern as well. So let me show you for an employee. Say, for example, me. Now I want to assign a shift of, say, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. for Monday. So here, once I assign, I can resize it as well. So I can just drag and drop the shift here. And for Thursday and Friday, I want it to be, say, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Right? So I can assign the shift here. After assigning, I can publish it. Upon publishing, my employee can see that the shift has been assigned to them. So say I go on publish all, and the shift has been published. So now what happens after the shift has been assigned, it should show on the mobile app of the employee. So let me take you here. Yeah. So now after assigning the shift, I can see on my mobile app that this is the shift that has been assigned to me. So this is today's shift and this is the week's shift. So I can see for till Wednesday, I have 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. For Thursday and Friday, I have 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So this is how I can, as an employee, plan my week as well. So this is how the scheduler works, and it syncs almost immediately. As soon as the shift has been assigned and published, immediately it comes on my mobile phone as well. So after the shift has been given to me, one more thing that is left to do as an employee is to take an attendance. So what happens here is you can take an attendance from the mobile phone itself. So there are different modes. Okay, I have to first take an attendance. Yeah. So there are different modes of taking an attendance. Let me show you. There's selfie. So some employees, companies want the employees to take a selfie. Perhaps they're wearing a uniform, so they need to be in that get up. There's QR code. There's fingerprint device, which is a biometric device connected, and face. So face is what I did just now. My face is registered with the software. So it just identifies my face in a matter of seconds, and then it checks me in. So that is how it takes the attendance. So let me now check in again to show you how it works. Yeah. So it has, you can choose the project. Then you just click on check-in, it identifies your face and it checks you in. What happens after the check-in is done? Your manager also needs to see whether you have checked in or whether the employee has checked in on time and what is the attendance looking like. So we go back to our software and we go to something called as timesheet. So what happens here is in the timesheet, I can see whether the person has taken attendance properly as per the shift assigned to them or not. So once I go here, let me show you mine because I have just taken an attendance. For example, today, I fetch the data, which is the latest data that comes in. So you can see the date, you can see the project the person has checked in from, and you can see the original in time. So this is the first time when they take an attendance. So this is the morning 9:12. This is the first time I had taken the attendance. This is out time, which is right now. So I had checked out at this time. This is my scheduled in time and scheduled out time. So this is as per the shift that has been allotted. Right? So from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. I'm supposed to work. Now, as per this, it has noted my normal hours, which is only 1 hour right now. This we have kept editable because in case the employee is not able to check in or there's some issue or they say that, I forgot. So the HR or the supervisor is allowed to overwrite. So if they say that, okay, you came at 9 in the morning and the person was working till say 7 p.m. So this supersedes the original in time and out time, and then this gets calculated for the timesheet. So here it takes the normal hours, it takes the overtime. If there's any lateness and under time, it shows here as well. Okay, then it shows the picture and it also shows the location. So when I click on the location, it shows the actual GPS location of the person, because some companies, they want to go to see whether the person was at the project location or not. So this is where they can see the attendance from where it was taken. So this is quite detailed. This helps you with basically managing your entire workforce, whether they want to be taken care of in terms of their database in one place, or whether they want to take leave and it should be approved or rejected immediately. And also in terms of the shift that is being allotted to them, the different projects that they might be going and working, and also the attendance. So this software helps you with the entire gamut of taking care of your workforce. So this would be my short demo for the workforce management.
Thanks, Ankita. Thanks. Really, some user-friendly free features there. Thanks a lot for sharing this with us. So, Ankita, I have one question for you. What are the trends that you're seeing in the workforce management space, and how do you think your product is catering to those trends?
Thank you, Swechha. I think that's a very relevant question in these times. The trend that we are seeing is that a lot of people are moving towards adoption of these softwares, because now people have kind of gotten used to working in a different setup. People do not have to come to office to work. They are mostly working from home. They are working from different projects. So the trend that we are seeing is a large uptake on the software. So we are seeing a lot of demand, which is good. We also, this is supported by the government PSG grant as well. So the government itself is encouraging the clients and the employers to use this kind of a digital adoption, because this helps in keeping an accurate track of what your employees are doing. The workforce management happens in a much better manner. So, and we are partners with the government PSG as well. So we also advise our clients to move in that direction. And we are happy to see that there is a traction that we are seeing in the uptake of this software.
That's very nice to hear, and definitely the government grants have been really helpful in the digital transformation and the technology adoption in Singapore. So thanks a lot again, Ankita, for sharing that with us and for the demo that you have shared, and have a great day.
Thank you so much, Swechha. Thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.